Today's Eyes Open Network video for December 28th, 2015 it is one of a little bit of an alarming nature for me, and I hope it helps you open up your eyes. It's centered on Peyton Manning. I've spent, the last few days not sort of paying attention to all the headlines in the news, just, enjoying the holiday season. So today when I started to look through the headlines and try and understand what was been going on for the last couple of days, Iraqi armies declaring Ramadi liberated from ISIL, and there's Swedish government is considering going cashless. We got oil prices still dropping. We got all kinds of crazy stuff going on, right? But then the number one story, the one that's all over North American mainstream media, is this report off of the Al Jazeera media network, the CNN of the Middle East, if you will. And this is their top story. No, not that there's bombs going off left, right, and center. Probably while they're writing their, doing their reporting. They're just nothing to do with the war, nothing to do with conflict in the Middle East. None of that. No, we're just going to talk about doping in North American sports. Really? Is anybody else finding this majorly convenient to distract the North American, most specifically the American people, into not paying attention to what's going on in the world? The best way to distract someone in North America or in the US is to take one of their iconic sports athletes and tell people that he's done something illegal. They can think of nothing else. They want to race home from their jobs. They check the internet 500 times a day just to find out, is it true? Is it not true? Does it even matter, is my question. Peyton Manning is a football player. Yes, he's arguably one of the best, if not the best, quarterback to ever play the game. Would it be unfortunate if his accomplishments would be tainted and marred by the fact that he actually took performance-enhancing drugs of some kind? Of course. But is this truly going to be have an impact on my day-to-day life? War will. Governments going to cashless societies will. ISIS will. All kinds of repercussions from the tiptoeing that the U.S. has done when it comes to war is all going to impact my life. Peyton Manning being guilty or not is completely immaterial. Although it does a very, very good job of distracting the American people from paying attention to what's actually happening. They liberated the city in the Middle East. And, there's images from this city now coming out. It's just in ruin. It's just rubble. This is about an hour's drive away from the capital of Baghdad. Absolute destruction of 12 years of U.S. Support, we'll call it, quote-unquote, support in trying to maintain democracy and, all those wonderful things that they say they're doing. They've done a fantastic job, apparently. They destroyed an entire city. Nothing good is coming out of what's happening in the Middle East. However, I think that probably the most crazy thing about the Peyton Manning scandal is that the source is coming out of the Middle East. Does anybody else see this as strange? Or is it just because it's going to be, there's like a major hate on for Muslims in the U.S. right now that everybody will just discredit and it'll be no, but guess what they're also doing? Not paying attention to what's happening. So, there's plenty of evidence that mainstream media is funded by government agencies, and, what they report on is, maybe not down to the reporter level. You talk to some reporters, their stories get pulled all the time and they don't know why. Because they're told what they're allowed to report on, period. because somebody higher up than them has been told by somebody up higher than them, etc., etc., and this is what's going to get reported. This story to me seems like a very convenient distraction for the North American people. The Eyes Open Network is here to help open up your eyes, see the things that are happening in the world around you, and understand that you are being manipulated. Again, we say this all the time, and I will say it again. Listen to everyone, believe no one, do your own research, and form your own opinion. So don't just take the mainstream media's version of what's happening here, and don't kid yourself. Al Jazeera is also mainstream media. It's mainstream media in the Middle East. It's also controlled, and what is being said and what is being sent out to the people that are listening. That is the reason why this story came out right now. I would like you to take the moment to mark this in your mental consciousness that when in the next few days or coming weeks something major happens, in the coming week or two, something major happens, you heard it here first. This has been another Eyes Open Network video, trying to open your eyes and have you understand that it's not always just as plain as you see it on the mainstream media news. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear what you think about what I had to say. Go down below and make some comments, share, like. We'll talk to you soon. Have yourself a great day.